Hello everyone and welcome to your Advective weather update here for June 15th, 2023. We have a major severe weather event going on again. They're going to be back to back. Yesterday's was for Dixie Alley. Today it's the Plains' turn for severe weather as the Southern Plains is now in a moderate risk, a level 4 out of 5 for severe thunderstorms. This is because we're going to see numerous storms develop today, and those could be particularly intense with winds greater than 80 miles per hour, large to gigantic hail over 4 inches in diameter. That's the size of softballs, and perhaps even a few tornadoes. Thunderstorms will begin to unzip up and down a line from north to south beginning around 4 p.m. and that's going to be on the western side of that enhanced risk that you can see there. And again, it's going to unzip from north to south. That'll all be done by 5-6 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Storms will move out of the moderate and enhanced risk areas by around 10 p.m. tonight. That's the anticipation, but some storms will last and will ride through that slight risk corridor that you see moving along and to the Gulf Coast. Some thunderstorms are also going to pop up down there today. Some renewed development from yesterday's system also going to be a possibility down there. Some of that severe weather actually currently ongoing. We're going to be live at 4 p.m. today. Rashiko is going to be your host for a vast majority of the coverage. I might be able to come in towards the end, but we're going to be covering this potential derecho through and through as it does happen throughout the day today. We'll be covering the possibilities of gigantic hail damaging and intense wind swaths, as well as that potential for tornadoes. You can also check out our severe weather preparation video, link in the description below. That's where you'll be able to find how to plan, prepare, and act for severe weather as it does move into your area. You'll find out what supplies to get and what to do in the event you're in different sorts of watches, warnings, things like that. We explain everything there. You can check it out in the link below. Let's talk about the weather setup today. Severe weather is already ongoing in the southeastern United States. This is kind of the remnants of the system from yesterday there, but there's going to be more severe weather this evening and overnight, especially in Louisiana and Mississippi as we head into the overnight hours. So don't let your guard down once this moves through. But we have severe thunderstorm and tornado watches in place down there. We also have some flooding concerns as well. We're not going to go over those too much in this video, but the Weather Prediction Center does have a slight risk of excessive rainfall down there today. All right, let's talk about the official forecast today for severe thunderstorms. We'll start with the wind forecast. You'll notice that black hatched region. Let's go over that first. That's where the potential of those hurricane force 80 mile per hour or greater winds is. So if you're in that hatched region, you need to know that you're under the gun big time today for the potential of some pretty damaging winds. When it comes to the confidence of you getting damaging winds, that's what the colors are for. So if you're in that pinkish area there, that's the moderate risk for damaging winds. That includes Oklahoma City, that includes Wichita Falls, if not very close to it. That moderate risk is where we're expecting widespread coverage of severe thunderstorms capable of producing those damaging winds, again, perhaps over 80 miles per hour. Then in the red area, that's where we are expecting that level 3 out of 5 enhanced risk. That's where numerous severe thunderstorms are expected to be capable of producing damaging winds. And then in our yellow region, that's our slight risk, so scattered coverage of severe storms with a marginal risk of severe storms capable of producing damaging winds 60 miles per hour or greater in the brown region there. And we also have a small region there up in Ohio as well that also has a marginal risk for damaging winds. Nothing like the threat, though, in the central to southern plains today. When it comes to hail, the threat's a bit more confined. It's also a nudge farther west, but still a moderate risk in place there. Let's go over the hatched regions first, though. The hatched region, whether it's the one along the Gulf Coast or the one in the Central Plains, delineates where the Storm Prediction Center believes there's a possibility of large hail greater than 2 inches in diameter falling. And again, especially in the Central Plains, they explicitly mentioned the possibility of 4-inch in diameter or greater hail falling. So this is a big day for hail, again, especially in the Central Plains. Let's go over what the confidence levels are. Widespread damaging hail is expected within that pink area. That's our moderate risk for large hail. Our enhanced risk, that level 3 out of 5 for large hail, that's in the red. That's where numerous severe thunderstorms capable of producing large to giant hail are expected. Within the yellow region, if you're within the hatched yellow region, that means that you have scattered coverage of severe storms capable of hail greater than 2 inches in diameter. While if you're not in the hatched region but you're in the yellow, that means that you have hail greater than 1 inch in diameter being possible with scattered thunderstorms. Isolated thunderstorms are going to be capable of producing hail greater than 1 inch in diameter up in Ohio, heading into southeastern Michigan, as well as surrounding the risk areas we've seen before, heading into the southeast, into the southern and central plains. Let's now talk about the tornado threat. No hatched region, so the Storm Prediction Center not expecting any sort of significant tornado potential today. There could be a small bit, and we could even see a significant tornado or two today, just from stuff that I've personally looked at, but no specific delineation of the possibility of significant tornadoes from the Storm Prediction Center. If that changes, you will be updated on that when we do go live later today. But as of now, we have that 10% corridor, that level 3 out of 5, stretching through western Oklahoma, and it just barely clips Texas there as well. That's where numerous thunderstorms capable of producing tornadoes could be expected. Again, though, those are expected to be brief, not expected to be overly strong. These storms are expected to be more of a hail threat today over in western Oklahoma than a tornado threat. Surrounding that, we have our brown region. We also have a brown region down there in Alabama, Mississippi, Florida. Both of those regions are where scattered coverage of storms capable of producing spin-up tornadoes can be expected. That's slight risk level 2 out of 5, with our marginal risk level 1 out of 5 isolated storm coverage for storms that could spin up a tornado or two, stretching all the way from around west central Kansas all the way down to northern Florida, southern Georgia. So large area today in threats for damaging winds, large hail, and tornadoes. So please make sure that you're remaining weather aware if in any of these risk areas. Let's take a look at a weather model now. This is as of right about now that this starts, and you'll notice here 4, 5, 6 p.m. we really start to see storms unzipping north to south in that line. We see those storms move through by 10 p.m. The northern side dies off, and then down that slight risk corridor we talked about earlier, we're heading well into the overnight hours into the next day. You'll notice we do have that line of storms that moves all the way through Louisiana into Mississippi. It does weaken considerably as it does so, but it does still exist, and it still does have the potential for damaging winds and large hail. So make sure that you're watching out for that. If you're in the slight risk today, don't let your guard down, although the enhanced and moderate risks, again, are where the highest threats for severe thunderstorms are currently expected. So that's what we're looking at there in terms of weather models. Let's talk about the active period that's ahead of us after this. We just had a brand new Storm Prediction Center outlook for tomorrow, and you'll notice we have 3 different regions with a slight risk there. So we have Oklahoma, Kansas, and Colorado there, all within a slight risk for severe storms. We have another one there heading through the Mississippi Valley, heading into the southeast, and then we have one there in the mid-Atlantic, not quite in New England, but in the mid-Atlantic there, along the east coast of the United States, all slight risks, with primary concerns there being damaging winds and large hail, slight possibility of tornadoes there in the plains, where that slight risk is in Kansas, Oklahoma, and Colorado. There's a slight risk for severe thunderstorms in the central and southern plains on Saturday. This one's rather large, and this could be from a rather potent arc of storms that moves through the region. Supercells with large hail and a tornado threat are expected before a line emerges and then pushes with time eastward across the risk region. So we'll see. That could be an east-south eastward movement. That line could look very similar to the line we have today, just a bit less intense, with less of a hail and tornado threat and more of a wind driven event than an all hazards event. So we'll just have to see. Wouldn't be shocked to see Saturday get upgraded to an enhanced risk down the road. Not expecting a repeat of today, but I am expecting that we could see some more potent storms in a similar region. Finally, there's a slight risk of severe thunderstorms in the lower Mississippi Valley on Sunday. This is primarily due to some clusters of storms that are expected to go up throughout the day, heading into the evening, with a line of storms potentially being able to form ultimately and then move through the region, which would produce a damaging wind concern. So damaging winds are the primary threats on Saturday and Sunday, all hazards possible tomorrow, but damaging winds and large hail where the emphasis currently lies. Let's talk about fire weather concerns here briefly. Today, tomorrow, and Saturday, we have critical fire weather conditions. Those are due to meteorological conditions being rather favorable for an extended period of time there in the desert southwest. However, less than ideal fuels are going to be the reason that we don't see major fire weather spreading, hence why we don't have any extremely critical conditions delineated at this time. However, as those fuels dry up and get less moist, that could change with time. We'll just have to see. Elevated conditions are delineated by the Storm Prediction Center in this general region through the remainder of the forecast period beyond this. That's all the way to June 21st. So this region is going to be in fire weather conditions for quite a while here, and as those fuels do begin to dry, this could become a bigger area of concern for fires in the long term. Well, with that being said, thank you so much for watching. We do hope this video was useful to you. If you liked it, you can hit the like button down below. If you didn't, you know where that button is. You can also subscribe to the channel for more videos just like this one, and check the link in the description for our Discord server so you can chat with me and the rest of the team as severe weather unfolds today and through the next few days. Thanks again for watching. We hope to see you later today.